Hi everyone, my name is Valentina Ravioli, and for this week's assignment on incubators, I decided to focus on the SAE Institute Atlanta Incubator, which specifically focuses on business entertainment development. I thought this was a very niche and unique incubator to sort of like do more research on, and I'm excited to tell you guys more about it. So first of all, I wanted to bring some background information. For instance, this incubator has a great location. It's in the middle of the city in downtown Atlanta. This city is very vibrant in terms of its entertainment industry. I think this incubator takes advantage of the fact that it's in such a big and thriving city. And for example, they were able to build kind of like a campus with all their different buildings, which I found very interesting. I've never seen an incubator like this big and this well developed. And I think this is one of the reasons why it is so like well established and it's very well connected to the area and the local entertainment community. Also the fact that it has been open since 2007, it has been like 20 years, that also has established a good name for this incubator in terms of how many people it can actually help break into the entertainment industry. Specifically, this incubator offers a lot of different programs and resources and facilities that relate to audio and film development and entertainment business and management. There's also a lot of educational resources. The facilities are actually top notch. There's a picture from the actual institute that I took from their website, and that is literally one of the audio like studios that they have available, which I thought then again was like very high quality. And it's something that anyone that's part of the incubator can sort of like access. So then in terms of like specifically how this incubator sort of like stimulates community economic development, there's like three main like areas that I found. First, education is a big part of this incubator. I think this incubator does not only have the mission to sort of like connect people to the entertainment industry, which can be very difficult to go into, but also has a really interesting educational approach. So there's a lot of like different programs and even like certificates that you can earn if you're part of this incubator. Those are like the different like diplomas, some of them that they kind of like offer in this incubator. And there's a lot of like reciprocity with this program in this incubator because a lot of the graduates usually like also go into this incubator again and become sort of like the teachers and the mentors of the new people that come into it. So I think that that's also some way of like giving back to the community type approach. There's also a lot of different workshops that they do as the ones shown on the screen are there to sort of like try to uplift the different members of the incubator and give them the tools to become successful in the business entertainment industry. Another thing that is very important for this incubator, I feel like it's networking and like job creation ideals and goals. One of the things that this institute does is they have their own like career fairs for members of the incubator to sort of like be exposed to people from the industry, the entertainment industry in like real life. This is a way to not only like generate like jobs and connect students with professionals, but also it stimulates the local economy. And most importantly, it uplifts sort of like the local community. Everything's like very locally based. Everyone that's part of this incubator mostly like lives in Atlanta. For instance, it's a way to not only bring tools to this specific community, but also to support their identity. There's also a lot of like local showcases and exhibitions that they do to display all of this to the public. This kind of like highlights the great talent that it's present in Atlanta. It's a way to sort of like retain this talent in the area and make sure that then again it kind of like goes back into the community. There's also a lot of professional like development events that they host. They're in touch with big institutions like the Georgia Film Academy and the Atlanta like Tech Village. There's also a lot of interesting partnerships that they do with local businesses and also a lot of cultural like different organizations. I think all of this, like, it's extremely related to community economic development, not only from like a cultural perspective, like the local Atlanta culture, but also because it increases like being innovative and sort of like growing the partnerships in the area and overall like strengthening the local entrepreneurial like ecosystem that the city has. And then last but not least, I think it's important to know sort of like from a demographic, local community perspective that a significant amount of people that participate in this incubator tend to be on the younger side. I did some research and apparently like young adults, so people between the ages of 18 and 24 in Atlanta, 35% have lived below the poverty line at some point, and I thought that this number was quite alarming. So I kind of make like a connection between everything and realized that actually this specific incubator does not necessarily like target, but it does support a lot of minority communities in Atlanta. So for instance, the majority of people that are part of this program are in majority Hispanic and Black communities. So I think this incubator from an indirect perspective, because this was not mentioned like directly in any sort of like mission statement or anything. But I think aside from uplifting like the natural like cultural environment of the entertainment industry in Atlanta, it also does sort of like advocate for the local underserved population. It does not only bring a lot of like different tools and resources where populations can uplift by themselves and grow in this specific case, the entertainment business industry, but it also kind of like targets everything from a deeper root and it breaks barriers of nepotism that are explicitly present in the entertainment world. And overall does make both the industry and the community in Atlanta way more equitable and a lot more inclusive and unified, which at the end of the day can only bring even more prosperous projects to the city and beyond. So overall, I can definitely say that after doing some research, this incubator does definitely bring a lot of important community economic development lessons. And I'm excited to do some further research in the nearby future to know more about these kinds of incubators. Thank you for listening today, and I'll see you on the next one.